National Hajj Commission has made the necessary for your comfort.
The preparation is very good.
I'm very happy, extremely happy, because this is my first time.
And I prepare to follow the rules and regulations given to me.
اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك له لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. It is another Monday night and I am glad to be with you on the program as we answer the call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor. We'll continue with our series on the review of the 2022 Hajj with a focus on feeding arrangements for Nigerian pilgrims while in Medina and Mecca. Details of this shortly in our Spotlight segment. Also coming up are other regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, Making the Hajj and the Quiz, where we'll announce the winner of last week's question. Stay tuned for the details. Keep watching.
Lessons learned from this year are meant to serve as an experience to make it better next year. We already started the strategy and the plan for next year's Hajj. We know that Allah's willing, it will be much more better than the experience that has just ended.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program begins with the News Diary.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NAHCON) has perfected plans for the takeoff of the Hajj Institute of Nigeria. The chairman of the commission, Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan, disclosed this in Lagos at the 25th anniversary of a foremost Hajj and Umrah tour operator, Libra Gold. Alhaji Zikrullah said the idea of the institute is to impart people with knowledge about Hajj and other operational guidelines. He added that the institute will also provide a platform for youth to engage in economic activities in order to reduce joblessness in Nigeria. In his remarks, Chairman of Libra Gold Group, Senator Ridwan Akambi, thanked NAHCON for coming up with policies that will facilitate the development of private companies connected with Hajj and Umrah operations. In the meantime, Speaker of the Nasarawa State House of Assembly and the State 2022 Amirul Hajj, Honorable Balaraba Abdullahi, has submitted the report of the 2022 Hajj to the State Governor, Engineer Sule Abdullahi in Kefi. Receiving the report, Governor Abdullahi commended the Amirul Hajj and his team for organizing a successful Hajj operation. He also applauded the state pilgrims for their good conduct while in the Holy Land, saying the recommendations of the report will be used to better future Hajj. Speaking earlier, the Amirul Hajj said the report contains all the activities of the state contingent throughout the Hajj period. He said the synergy between the Hajj officials made the operation hitch-free. He then condoled with the family of one of the state pilgrims, Hajia Aisha Ahmad from Kefi, who passed on during the Hajj. In other news, the Adamawa State Pilgrims Welfare Commission is full of praises for all stakeholders involved with the Hajj, saying that their efforts ensured the success of this year's Hajj. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Malan Salihu Abubakar, made the commendation during visits to security agencies in the state. The agencies are the Nigerian Police, Nigerian Immigration Service, Nigerian Customs Service, and the Federal Road Safety Corps. Malam Abubakar Salihu thanked the agencies for their role in making the Hajj less cumbersome for Adamawa State pilgrims, noting that the Commission will continue to partner the agencies, particularly on pilgrims awareness programs. The heads of the agencies in their separate remarks appreciated the Commission's efforts, pledging to continue to support the Commission and pilgrims from the state.
Alhamdulillah, You are still watching As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. Providing Nigerian pilgrims with balanced diet during Hajj exercises is a key mandate of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, as well as pilgrim welfare boards, agencies and commissions. And so, the 2022 Hajj was not any different. In this episode of the program, we shall be looking at how NAHCON and the boards ensure that Nigerian pilgrims were well fed both in Mecca and Medina. Stay tuned for the details in our Spotlight segment. Don't go away.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
The provision of food to Nigerian pilgrims during Hajj exercises is a key responsibility of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and State Pilgrims Welfare Boards. In fact, feeding arrangement is an essential requirement set by the Saudi authority for the issuance of visa to pilgrims. Any country taking its pilgrims for Hajj must therefore fulfill this requirement. For ease of operations, the feeding arrangement is streamlined to have NAHCON provide food to pilgrims while in Medina, while State Pilgrims Welfare Board will take care of this need when the pilgrims are in Mecca. And so, during the period under review, the Commission had done much to ensure that pilgrims get value for their money on the food they eat. NAHCON Feeding Committee supervised the entire process from preparations to delivery. NAHCON Director of Audit Alhaji Abdul Latif Onimago chaired the Feeding Committee in Medina. Inspection of the kitchens contracted was part of the committee's mandate. The committee chairman led other members to carry out this responsibility.
On a daily basis, we come to their kitchen when we arrived. We inspect all their facilities as stated in the agreement. And we also inspect some of the materials they are using to provide food for Nigerian pilgrims. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether it has expired or it's good for consumption. These are some of the things we are doing.
Similarly, the committee was conscious of timely delivery of food to pilgrims.
The agreement between us is that they should supply the breakfast immediately after Subuhi prayer, that is around 5 a.m. and that of dinner should be after Maghrib, around 7 p.m. Actually, there were challenges. At times, they used to delay, and at times, they come on time. But we match them. Anytime we discover there is a delay today, tomorrow we'll be on their neck so as to adjust so that the pilgrims will not go on rampage.
The issue of hygiene was another area NAHCON took seriously.
And we are not taking the issue of hygiene. Even the Saudi authority, we call this authority under Minister of Minister of Health. There's a department called Baladia. Honestly, they are matching whoever is producing food for every pilgrims in the whole world.
At pilgrims' apartments, NAHCON officials were on ground to receive the food from caterers and in turn hand it over to state officials for distribution to pilgrims. The distribution process was orderly, with each room represented at distribution points.
So we make the distributions are based on local governments. We assemble the schedule officers, and then we have one staff representing headquarters and then the medical team. So we use the list that was officially given to us to make the distribution. And alhamdulillah, so far so good, it's well coordinated. So each schedule officer, when he comes to collect his food, he comes with like 4 or 5 volunteers who will support him to collect the food, and then they will make the distribution.
As part of the practice, a review meeting is usually held under the auspices of NAHCON, led by the Medina coordinator. Ibrahim Idris is the Medina coordinator for 2022 Hajj. He chaired the review meeting with caterers, particularly on issues of timely delivery of the food, among others. In Mecca, while the states are in charge, service providers were contracted to provide food close to the taste of Nigerians. Eba, tuwo, rice, and beans were among the local meals on menu. Similarly, just as in Medina, pilgrims were provided bottled water, juice, and fruits. This was to ensure balanced diet.
our pilgrims were given the best food that the human being will desire to eat. Every time, the complete balanced diet, the complete food that has all the ingredients that is required for human being to eat is being given to them here in Saudi Arabia. And they were fed with the local food they know. We have the local tuwo, miyan kuka, miyan kubewa, miyan taushe. They have their rice, they have all the things, they have it.
The feeding also, they come in time. It's a very nice food, and it goes round, you know. It is enough for everybody, so everyone is happy with the way things are being done by the state, by the service providers of accommodation and the feeding.
Still on the feeding plans, provisions were made for pilgrims placed on specific diet on health grounds.
We get food for special patients that are on special diet. So they normally prepare food for them, like for 10 people, because there are not many in number.
For every meal, they come with a special diet. At times with beans, or what we call acha. They used to have mix it. So for the vegetarians, we have it in the menu. For every meal they're supplying to us, they provide food, vegetarian food, or for the diabetic patient, or those on specialists, at least 100 plates in every meal they supply. In the event the number does not get to that, those of us that are still sound, we make a do with it, inshallah.
Officials from states also mounted regular inspection visits to the kitchens contracted to prepare meals for Nigerian pilgrims. The idea was to see firsthand the process of making the meals and ensure compliance with contract obligations.
Yawanci abin da za mu dafa mutanen mu ya zama abin da suke so ne, abin da suka saba da shi, abin da za su ci. Misali ina maka kaman tuwo da miya, in ma za a yi shinkafa za a zama in ka gani same yanda ake yi ta Najeriya ita muke. Muna amfani da yawanci 'yan Najeriya wanda suke dafa mana abinci.
Abinci iya son tsafta gaskiya. Abin da za ka ba wa mutum dole ka samu kai tsafta a shi, masu aikin ka su tsafta, abincin da za ka kawo mai kyau ne, shinkafa mai kyau. Kuma nan ta san hukumar Khadim al-Haramain a Saudiya a wajen wannan ba su da wasa. Suna da wani taki, duk wanda aka zo aka samu gurin shi bai da kyau, bai da tsafta, ana karbewa, ana rufe mai, kuma ana mai tarayya. Don haka duk wani gurin za ka same shi in Allah ya yarda za ka same shi da kyau.
In addition to this, the caterers also adhere strictly to NAHCON policy for the kitchens to engage Nigerians resident in Saudi Arabia to be part of their ad hoc cooks.
All of us, we are benefiting from each other. We benefit from the kitchen, and even the kitchen benefit from the Nigerians. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Mai girki ne ba abin da ba na yi. Alhamdulillah. Kuma wannan kamfani mun daɗe a cikinsa muna aiki. Mun gode Allah, alhamdulillah. Na'ima Idris da Amal Mawasi. Alhamdulillah, wannan kamfani mai albarka. Mun samu 'yan shekaru muna aiki tare da su. Kuma alhamdulillah aikinsa yana tafiya daidai da ya kamata.
To duk inda aka je mu a nan za a neme mu a ce muna da 'yan Najeriya za su zo su yi aiki don domin su ma su amfana. Ba abin da za mu ce dai mu gode shugabannin mu don sun nuna mana kishi, suna yin mu, suna kaunar mu. Akwai ma'aikata da yawa.
Also, pilgrims shared their experience on the feeding in Mecca and Medina.
Ana yi mana tuwon shinkafa, ana yi mana shinkafa da miya, ana yi mana harishi da kwai, sannan kuma ana ba mu buredi da su apple da su lemu da su ayaba, kuma duk ana haɗa mana.
Ana ba mu abinci mai kyau, ana ba mu abin sha mai kyau, ana kula da mu sosai. Alhamdulillah, ba abin da za mu ce sai dai mu ce mu gode wa Allah.
At Muna and Arafah, the feeding arrangement was handled by caterers engaged by establishment of Mutawif for pilgrims of African non-Arab countries known as Muassasa. The arrangement was a departure from the usual practice in which NAHCON and states handle the feeding arrangement. It was therefore not surprising that this time around, the services came with challenges such as late arrival, poor quality of food, and more. Nigerian pilgrims lodged their complaints to NAHCON when the Commission's team inspected pilgrims' tents in Muna.
The issue of feeding. We have a problem of feeding yesterday and today, and we talked with the contractor and he said he's going to redouble his effort. But we want you in NAHCON to consider this kind of things because a lot of work has been done to you, but we want you to redouble your work, most especially in Mina.
And we are reporting, we are petitioning them so that when we look at the letter, we are written in Arabic. The English version is also there. So, which we are going to. The letter has gone. This is just a copy for all groups to show.
Sequel to this, NAHCON management met with the Muassasa seeking redress for the poor services rendered on feeding. The meeting had in attendance Chairman Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Adamu Bulkachua, Chairman House Committee on Pilgrims Affairs, Honorable Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba.
What we're here has to do with the issue of feeding at Muna. When on the second day in Mina, we visited the several tents, and quite a number of the places we visited complained about feeding. And we have also sent a letter to the company requesting for refund.
The Muassasa chairman, Dr. Ahmed Abbas Sinadi, assured NAHCON of their readiness to investigate the matter and act appropriately. At the end of the meeting, Dr. Ahmed Abbas had this to say.
Our desire is not only to serve our Hajjaj coming from Nigeria, but our objective is to delight them, which means we would like to go above and beyond all contractual obligations so that the Hajji is happy.
Dr. Ahmad said Muassasa is planning training sessions for Nigerian cooks and to also facilitate the exportation of foodstuff from Nigeria in order to always have food to the taste of the Nigerian pilgrims.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Lessons learned from this year are meant to serve as an experience to make it better next year. We already started the strategy and the plan for next year's Hajj. We know that Allah's willing, it will be much more better than the experience that has just ended.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
MashaAllah, the program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Stay with us.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
Maqama Ibrahim, otherwise known as the station of the Prophet Abraham, alayhi salam, is an important Hajj landmark located at the Haram Masjid in Mecca. What history is associated with Maqama Ibrahim? What are the pilgrims recommended to do at the place?
The place in which God manifests signs.
On Making the Hajj tonight, Imam Abdul Karim Jamiu answers these and other questions.
The Maqama Ibrahim refer to the stone on which Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam stood on while he was building the Kaaba. As his son, Prophet Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, he used to pass stone to his father, that is Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused the trace of footprints of the remaining on the stone as a reminder to the believers among his descendants.
The Islamic scholar further says,
this Maqama Ibrahim is a small squared stone inside a glass and metal enclosure with what is said to be an imprint of Prophet Ibrahim. According to some tradition, according to one tradition, they say this stone was sent from the heaven to Prophet Ibrahim along with two stones. One of these stones that sent along with the stone that they used to build the Kaaba is a Hajar al-Aswad. The second one that it was sent to him is a stone of children of Israel.
What acts of worship are recommended for pilgrims at Maqam Ibrahim?
Once the tawaf is completed, it is mandatory for the pilgrim to offer 2 rakahs, preferably close to the glass enclosed, and observe 2 rakahs of nafilat. And it is encouraged for the pilgrims to recite the fourth rakah, to recite Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Kafirun. The second one, you recite Surah Al-Fatiha and Surah Al-Ikhlas, that is Qul Huwallah. It is not allowed for a pilgrim, because some pilgrimage, they will go and be touching the glass, the enclosed glass, and be rubbing it in their body, that their prayer has been granted, and so many things that is not permissible. By rubbing the glass and use it to rub our body is not encouraged.
What supplications should pilgrims offer while at the station of Ibrahim?
Maqam Ibrahim, there is no any, it's not written anywhere that this is a specific supplication that one can offer when he's in a Maqam Ibrahim. The only thing is to perform the nafilah, but whatever you want to supplicate, whatever prayer you want to observe there, it is allowed. So one can perform any supplication at Maqam Ibrahim.
Imam Abdul Karim Jamiu advised intending pilgrims to seek more knowledge on Hajj rites in order to earn Hajj Mabrur.
Alhamdulillah. Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, mention the most prominent inscription on the Kiswa. The correct answer is La ilaha illallah. The winner is Yahaya Abdullahi from Suleja, Niger State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Yahaya Abdullahi will be contacted on how NAHCON will rate him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, what happens to the old Kiswa after replacement? Again, what happens to the old Kiswa after replacement? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
Dauda Muhammad from Jos North, Plateau State sent in the first message. It reads, I am calling on NAHCON and State Pilgrims Welfare Board to redouble their efforts for better service delivery. I appreciate you all. The second message came from GSM number 091-228-45190. It contains this prayer. May Allah bless the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, for a job well done.
Viewers seeking clarification or have questions to ask on any matter relating to Hajj or Umrah management and operations can do so through this program. Relevant officers will be contacted to respond appropriately. We also welcome your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Once again, thank you for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا